So from the beginning of this year, I was looking for something new and different in my training style. So I've been doing all sorts of training for 20 years. I've done outdoor boot camp, I've done female only gyms, I've done indoor gyms that do Metcon, I've done CrossFit, and for the last couple of years, I've been just doing my own stuff in the gym. And I just recognised that turning 47 this year, things that have worked for me in the past weren't working for me anymore, and I needed some help and support to move on to, I guess, the next stage of fitness and what was going to work for me now that I'm in my late 40s. So I'd been thinking about what I wanted to do, and I was looking at a few options, and as soon as I saw Perform 360 Cooperoo was opening, I went straight to the website and asked for more information. So I've been following Perform 360 forever, since they've started at Enoggera, and have always admired what they do and their training style and their coaching philosophy. I'm a Southsider, and the drive to Enoggera every day was just a little bit too much for me, so I couldn't have been happier to see that P360 was bringing it to the South Side. Yeah, I think so. What I feel like I've noticed the most difference in at Perform 360 is, I guess it's the specificity of the style of the training and being able to see. You've got expert coaches who develop these training modules that go in blocks, and you can actually see your progression throughout that training session. So it's not, for me, it's never been purely about body composition, although hell yes, I'd like to burn some fat. But for me, it was very much more about, I want to live forever, and so that's why I've come to Perform 360 to form habits and learn techniques that are going to, last me a lifetime, and being able to see that weekly progression and growth, and lifting a little bit more or burning a few more calories in the same time period. The app records everything that we do, so we're able to see that and feel that sense of achievement. So I know that my fitness and my strength is improving week on week, and I think that is just so helpful for me, particularly who does tend to, I guess, intellectualize and want to see that specificity in the growth. That really works, as opposed to going to a boot camp or a Metcon style, and you go in and you flog yourself, and it's amazing and you feel great afterwards, but it's much harder to know how you're actually improving. I guess my goal and my understanding of exercise and what it can do for you is its longevity and its vitality. And I kind of want to live forever, and I want to feel great well into my 70s, 80s and 90s, and knowing enough about exercise to know how much of an impact that training and the training styles that you do are going to have on that for me. So particularly around here doing more of the strength style training. So I don't want to get shredded or necessarily put on muscle mass, but understanding how important strength training is for your bone density, and how important things like bone density are for, longevity. So they're the fundamental drivers for me. Yeah. I think certainly how my training and everything that I do here helps me so much in my life outside the gym. So I just did the Kokoda Challenge, 50 Ks on the Sunshine Coast, and I did all the hiking training outside of the gym, but I can see how much the strength training that I've done here helped me in that challenge. It was 50 Ks, but being able to carry my backpack and propel myself up those hills, and having the strength to be able to do that, get through it without having any injuries, because from top to toe, what we do here is we're training all different muscles in the body. So I was strong in the legs, I was strong in the back, I was being strong generally, was so pivotal to being able to just attack that challenge and just feel really amazing about it. So, I'm also kind of not a lifelong runner, but I love running, and I do a heap of running on the weekends in my spare time. And one of my goals this year was to get back to being a faster runner. And again, I can see just the work that I do here improving my strength and my overall posture, and just that is just inherently and just naturally flowing into my running speed, and I'm stronger and I'm faster and I'm feeling so much better about it. So that's really exciting. Challenge, because perception wise, like a lot of people, strength training, I don't want to do it. They just believe in that, go get flogged, or I don't want to get big. It's like, you know what, if you want to get big, God, you've got to work hard at it. You won't, but it's just all of that. Even just standing at work and being able to, like, I use a standing desk at work and being able to stand all day now, which I couldn't do that 6 months ago. I'd have to take breaks from standing. Yeah, look, I often have people say to me, oh, how do you stay so motivated to get out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning to train? And I'm really honest about the answer. It's like, I am not motivated to do it. I think Michelle Bridges summed it up really well for me. I heard this years ago and it stuck with me. She said, motivation is like a bad boyfriend, never there when you need it. Don't rely on motivation. Instead, I make a commitment. To get up and be at the gym by 5 o'clock, and I just don't negotiate. And that's what gets me here every day, because motivation, by its very nature, ebbs and flows and ups and downs. And if you want to make it, you've got to make a commitment and be disciplined, because motivation's not going to carry you through ever to be consistent, because if that's all you're working off, you are going to go up and down. So it's that commitment, and then I just do not negotiate. Get out of bed, get it done, game over, and I always feel better for it. Some days suck harder than others, but I never regret it. I think it comes down to 3 main things that I am just loving and responding so well to at Perform 360. The first one being the style of the training. So focusing on the strength training, having that very detailed set program that we record all our results and you're able to see your progress week in, week out. Doing the strength training and then having the conditioning component at the end of the workout, where we do get to do some cardio, because I'm a bit of a cardio queen and I love that. I appreciate having that in. So that whole style of training is just, it works so well for me. I think secondly, it's the coaching. It's like having 5 PTs in your pocket that you get to work with. That, in a gym, it would cost you a fortune and you sort of never get it. But the small group training, there's only ever 6 people in a session, and you've got a coach that is working with you all one-on-one. And day to day, you work with different coaches. So the amount of feedback and coaching that you're getting in that environment is phenomenal. It is next level. I don't know another gym that doesn't like that. So I think for anybody who, not even is serious about results, but anybody who just needs that bit of support. So it's technical coaching, but it's also that coaching that drives you to work a little bit harder and, gets the best out of you. So that's the second thing. And then finally, it's community. So it is, again, it's small group. There's only 6 of you. So when you're in the sessions, you do get to know your other training buddies pretty well. And everybody is fun. Everyone's here for the same reasons. And so we do work hard, but you also have fun and get that extra sense of support from each other. And there's always multiple sessions going on at any time. With every half hour a new session starts, you see the next crew come in and you say good morning, and then they get to watch your faces when you finish the conditioner and you have a little chat afterwards. So it just takes it to that next level. It's really, it's intimate, but it's cool, and it makes a huge difference. What have you got to lose? You want to make a change in your life, just do it. Just pick anything and get started. Because if you wait until 6 months, 3 months, say that again. Because if you wait 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years, you're just going to be 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years behind where you would have been if you started today. So, I kind of look at it like I am the CEO of my life, and I am the CEO of my health and my well-being and my vitality. And I am ultimately the only person who's responsible for that. And I encourage absolutely everybody to think about their lives and their health and well-being the same. We've all got potentially husbands, kids, bosses, responsibilities, all of those things. And we answer to other CEOs probably in our day-to-day life, but it is just down to you and yourself, and just take that responsibility, give yourself that title to be the CEO of your health and well-being, take ownership for it, and just make it happen. For a long time, and I think it's fear. It's fear of the unknown. It's intimidation. People can easily feel intimidated about coming into an environment that they perceive to be full of awesome fit people that they are never going to live up to. And I think that makes it really hard, because we do look at those ideals and those heroes that we have, and we're constantly comparing ourselves to them. And it's really hard to shut that out and just focus on yourself and just put one foot in front of the other. I think that's probably the biggest thing. It's the intimidation factor. You just have to take that leap of faith and just go, I'm going to give it a go, and just put one foot in front of the other. And then when you step through the doors, you will find yourself saying, oh my God, why didn't I do this 6 months ago? Because this is awesome.